taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty.
Welcome, everybody. Anthony here with the Bulbaritos, bringing you a brand new live stream. And today, Burrito Gang, we are going to have, this is going to be one of those streams that, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. So make sure y'all do me a huge favor. If y'all are enjoying the aoem content, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to continue to support the community as well as me, make sure you use that exclamation point eneba in the chat. We have the link down below if you're going to be topping up and taking advantage of those cashback offers inside of eneba. Don't forget, it's more than just for aoem. If you're looking for PC subscriptions, console games, anything like that, you can use the same link. Get them all in there. So don't forget, I know that I had a couple of community members that were getting new PCs and going to buy a license, and they were going to spend money. And I'm like, brother, you already spent on the, could just use your cash back on there. So if you have questions about it, just reach out to me on Discord and we'll get you hooked up. Alrighty. So let's fire up some music. We're going to chat. I know y'all probably have a ton of questions, and we can chat about them. Y'all know how we are. We keep it real here. If y'all have questions about stuff and I can answer them, I will. If I don't, then I can't really give y'all an answer about it. But let me fire up some music real quick. That way we're not sitting in the dark, and we'll chat for a little bit, and then we'll fire up the game. And then I got to do the water event stuff. We'll look inside, show all the anniversary stuff, give our opinions on it. Y'all give me your opinions on it. This is just going to be, we're out there. We're out there, right? Y'all keep asking for it. I didn't really want to give this, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean, fam? I'm usually the type, like, if something's bad in game, I try not to like beat a dead horse. But there was so much outcry for people wanting my responses and my opinions and whatever it is, that I just decided to fire up a stream. And y'all can ask it. Y'all can ask your questions. You can do all your stuff, and we'll figure it out from there. All right. But yeah, before then, I hope y'all are having a great day so far. I know it's an interesting one today. If y'all were there, you're already there. We won't dive too deep into it. It is what it is, right? And then we'll figure it all out from there. But anniversary event. We're gonna dive into that one, figure out. Oh man, we'll kind of ramp it up. We'll ramp it up, all right? I don't want to come out just throwing all negatives on it, even though I really like. I'll be brutally honest. I was struggling really hard to find positives from the anniversary event. Probably the only real positives that I could say that came out of the anniversary event are, one, I think the dragon skins are probably the coolest visual skins that we currently have in game. So that is an upside. I can't even say the bundles were good because they really they really were. That's a negative. Oh, the event wasn't. Oh man, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's one of those things, like when you're struggling to find positives, it's I don't need it to come off as being fake, because y'all know me. I keep it real with y'all. If y'all have questions, I have nothing to hide. I know a lot of people were saying, right, that and this is kind of boba story time, right? I don't necessarily need to dive into this. I'm not going to use names in it. I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm not going to flame anybody. But that way people understand kind of what's going on, right? There's kind of a struggle going on right now with CCs, not just me, right? CCs in general, with the direction of where the CC program as a whole is going, right? Whether it's lack of support or acts of God in order to get assets, or being notified of updates before time so that we can like plan and schedule and help the marketing team for aoem in launching new features and new, all that kind of stuff, like the way typical CCs would work, right? We're used to doing that. And that's kind of been the way that it works with other games, right? Like I can't get in too much with NDAs with other games, but I can tell you that there are aspects of like what we call in marketing controlled leaks, right? What they mean by that is you and the devs, or you and the community managers, whoever, work together to set up a schedule of X, Y, and Z is gonna, like, this is how product rollout is gonna happen, right? If you're the top tier and the tier at the very top, right, of creators, where you're like a Chiskel or somebody who has like 100,000 subs, right? They're in this upper echelon, right? They will get the information first. They will get right of first refusal kind of deal, where they will then post it. And then ours kind of trickles down, and then we get kind of times where we are told you're allowed to post within this window. They'll post within this window, and it kind of like trickles down. So there's a benefit for it. There is no strategy like that in place right now. Assets are really hard to come by. That's why you see a lot of thumbnails with like Google images of horses and like random shit. And it kind of dives into it. So I know that there's a lot of the community that keeps saying, well, Boba, maybe not necessarily just me, right? But they're like, why aren't the CCs saying anything about the anniversary event? Or why aren't there a bunch of videos? Or why aren't there, because there's really nothing that, and I'm saying this, right? Where we're saying our stuff is where it matters, right? We already have that direct connect to the CMs. All the information that we are literally verbally vomiting is in the CC chat. We are pinging Monir, we're pinging CMs, we're giving our displeasure, we're giving, reasons, we're giving, suggestions on improvements. We are literally vomiting all of that in CC chat. And it's not just SIG, right? I know a lot of people assume it's just SIG. It's not. There is at least 8 other CCs in that chat that have said stuff to them. We've pinged them. We've said our piece. Everything y'all have said, we've already pinged them at least 5-6 times in the last day. So I understand that visually a lot of people don't necessarily like me telling you that doesn't necessarily prove anything, right? But I'm not gonna go and release our CC chat and do all that kind of stuff. That's not my deal, right? If you want to ask the other CCs if it is true, then feel free, right? The ones that you would typically think are going to speak up are the ones that were speaking up, right? And they're not just English speaking CCs either. So I'll leave it with that. And it ranges from everything from the CC program as a whole to the anniversary event flop to suggestions on what should have been done to what's going on, what's the plan moving forward. We even asked for like the product rollout, right? Like when is the anniversary event? Like this is before it was launched. We were given that, I think like 24 hours before it was even launching, and then Supercore found out before we did. And so then it kind of negates the issue of making videos, because at that point it's so widely spread out in the community that it makes no sense to spend time to make content when it's just freely thrown out there. So it is what it is, right? I know y'all keep asking like, why aren't we saying stuff? We've already said it, right? We've said it to Munir. We've said it to the people that we can say it to as high as we can say it. And we've gotten crickets. And that's the truth. That's the truth. There has been zero response. Zero response. The last response we got was the day when they came back from vacation, letting us know for us to be patient for assets. Even though Heroes had been out almost a month already. And that's it. Then it's been radio silent. So none of our responses have gotten any response in there. In private DMs, maybe, you know, for SIG or for Sneaky or whoever, maybe. But I can't speak on that. Right. And that's kind of where we're at. Right. There's a lot of CCs that I will tell you this, that if the program isn't updated or changed or tweaked or anything like that, there are a lot that either planning exit strategies. I'm not going to name names or anything like that. I'll leave that. If they want to address it, then they can. Exit strategies, or altogether just, you know, they're going to put it kind of aoem on the back burner and then go to other games and prioritize other games over aoem. And it has nothing to do with the community, right? Nothing to do with the community. We love y'all. I love y'all, regardless of whatever goes down. At the end of the day, I know that I got people in here that rock with me. And I'll always, those are my ride or dies, and I appreciate y'all, right? I know I don't appeal to the masses, but I never wanted to appeal to the masses, right? And that's being real, right? I'm 18 plus style, like cussing, sometimes trolly, and that's okay. That's not for everybody, and I respect that, right? I don't compare myself to any other CC just because everybody's different. And I don't honestly care to be compared to anybody else, right? I'm doing this because I love it. I have fun, and I love engaging with y'all and having fun and raising funds for charity and doing all these kinds of deals. And if people rock with me, they rock with me. If they don't, I have no, bad wishes to them. I wish everybody nothing but success. I know this content game is tough, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's kind of the, if people come in and want to know about what's going on in the CCs and why we haven't addressed it, feel free to tell them to scrub to the front of the stream. That's literally why I wanted to address it, because there's a lot of people that keep thinking that there's only one person fighting for them, when the reality is that almost every single CC that is making content for aoem is fighting. They're just not doing it in a video form. They're doing it direct pings inside of a CC chat, inside of the official Discord. And so I thought I'd just make sure and get that out there. It's not a shot at anybody. It's nothing. It's just so y'all are informed that that's what we're doing, right? That's what we're doing. And it's been radio silent for us, right? We haven't heard anything. I can check right now, and I'm pretty sure that nothing has happened, right? Let me see. Yeah, nothing has happened. The last response that we've gotten from a CM was, I'm scrolling up. Let me see. The last response we got from a CM, sorry, I have to scroll for a hot second, was a week ago. It was from, well, I guess I shouldn't say who it's from, but it was on 10/8. That was the last response, and it was it was just a couple of updates, and it was what it was, right? But it was 10/8. That's the last time we've gotten a message in CC chat from anybody that's not a CC. So it is what it is. Do y'all have questions for me, fam? Don't be shy. Don't matter. I know y'all are quiet right now, but if y'all have questions for me, feel free to ask. All right, let me see. Anniversary event. Okay, so we were talking about it. Let me see. Ray, yo, let the player base over time. Let's see the player base over time graph. Oh, do I have that? I don't know if we have that. I know that a lot of people show the so this is something I always say, right? I know a lot of people take it as a job, and it's not directed at you by any means. When people do those, like, is aoem or is rock or whatever game, right? Is it dying? And then the one thing they do is show the Google Trends. What people need to understand about Google Trends is it only shows web data. It does not show, you can sort it for YouTube data, right? But it's not showing you like in-game style metrics, which is the ones that really matter, right? Because I'll give you an example, right? aoem almost has 0 web presence on Google. So if you use Google Trends for aoem, it's going to naturally show a really low bar because the bar was never really pushed, right? It's hard to make web data when your stuff is always switching in game. I'm lurking busy. No worries, Scorchy. I appreciate you hopping in. Guido, Age of Thrones. It's all. Boba, quick question. Why you naked in game alliance lists? So we'll address that here in a minute, though. We'll address that here in a minute. RPS GEE. GE for what? RPS. I won't get too much into the nitty gritties about that part, but you know, if y'all want to know, y'all know who to ask, and if they want to release it, then they can. But part of it, I will give you, one of the reasons was the video, or at least that's what I was told. The other ones, if they want to give it to you, then they can. And it is, you know, we can address that if y'all have questions about that. I'm not gonna like automatically do it. If y'all have questions about it, then ask. But yeah, I appreciate those people in L42 that support me and rock with me. A bunch of them are lurking and have messaged me, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's gaming. I have no hard feelings to anybody. Mr. Monkey, what's going on, buddy? Caleb, the game is already too pay to win. The fact that the anniversary event does not have good deals makes it less free-to-play friendly. Either we want it less free-to-play friendly or not. We can't have it both ways. So I kind of brought this up earlier, Caleb. And I guess we can kind of show some stuff in game real quick. And then if we have other things, then we can show it. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let me... Sorry, I have the wrong game showing. Give me 1 second. This, I might have to readjust this screen real quick, so give me 1 second. Yeah, I do. All right, give me 1 second, chat. All right, give me 1 second, fam. This. Hold on. Lock. I gotta lock some of these things down because of the. I'm gonna have to adjust this real quick. Give me a second. Let me crop. I had a different. Oh shoot! I had a different aspect ratio because I was doing a rock stream. So I had to change the window resolution. Give me 1 second. Done. Hold on. One more. Drop. Alright, done. That should be good. Hold on, let me... Oh, shoot. My bad. Hold on. Let me make sure that it's stretched because I can't see. I don't know why in OBS they always do it where the back is black. Oh, no, it's not. See, so that is the edge. Hold on. I see y'all's questions coming in. If y'all have questions, post them and I'll get to them as soon as I can just set this up real quick. Sorry about that, fam. Cancel. All right, hopefully that works. If not, then y'all just let me know. All right, let me lock that. Let me grab the cam. Let me move it right here. And we're good to go. All right. Let me flip over to the chat and then we should be good to go. All right, let me see. Mist, I'm your biggest fan. I appreciate you, big dog. Angry Sponge, after what's been going on the first year and then all of this, it kind of sobers folks up and into a different game. So let me first address the Caleb statement. So the pushback that I kept getting, right, and maybe not me, I'm just saying in general in the community, was that the game, that aoem is meant for casual play, like casual players that just play. Okay. My personal opinion and my feedback, and this is where y'all can chime in as well. Y'all can chime in as well. By all means, I'd love to hear y'all's opinion. I'm not saying anybody's opinion is wrong or anything. This is just my opinion off of playing these style games for as long as I played them, right? I played Rock for almost 8 years, which most people regard as one of the most pay to win games in this genre, right? So I have a pretty good feeling that I have a grasp on the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of pay to win games, right? Lords Mobile, I would say, supersedes Rock. So I know a lot of people associate Rock as being number one. It's actually Lords Mobile by a landslide, like not even close. There are videos out there of people spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on one day in one stream. Like, you can go and Google it. I know one of my old content creator friends, Gecko Gaming, started out in Lords Mobile and literally had videos of a guy spending $60,000 in a day on one stream in his stream. So trust me, there are way more expensive games. But here's my pushback, right? aoem, when it started, I could understand when people would say it's built for casuals, right? There's not everyday PvP, it's not long duration PvP. You know, there are some events where you casually come in, do an event, then dip, right? You're not meant to stay. They didn't make it where you were meant to stay in game in like other games like Rock and those, and then farm tribes and barbs and chain and do all these things and have in-game content that kept you in game as long as you wanted to be in game, right? I understood that, right? And I got it and I agreed with it because I'm like, okay, no problem. Like, I understand that, right? I get it. But as the game grew, right, everything that they were doing, the devs said the opposite. What do I mean by that? I mean, they might have started out like that, right? With great bundle values, you know, felt very rewarding. And I even brought it up in launch streams and all that, how it felt rewarding for what you were spending. And then as it kept going, right, more pay to win systems got released, right? And the honest truth is, it makes sense, right? These are the kinds of games, it's a pay to win game, right? I have no shot against spenders. That is what the game is built for, right? You pay for your advantage, and it is not the whales and Kragen's fault that the game devs are making it so easily accessible for players to be Jesus on wheels, right? That's not their problem, right? Their prerogative is to play the game and have fun. I will never blame a player for something that somebody else is doing, and that is their fault, right? So I know there's a lot of people that are blaming Satesi and Ray and whoever, right? The Kragans, right? For zeroing or doing, that ain't their fault, right? Redirect that, right? That's not their fault for spending money and investing. If anything, they should be pissed that they're spending that kind of money and getting the kind of shit updates that we're getting, right? That is a crime, right? Does it suck getting swarmed down? Hey, it's not like we didn't tell them to fix that since launch day, right? That's not their fault. But at the same token, right, everything that they are doing and have been doing isn't catered towards casual players, right? You don't release 75 bundles to get players to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in your game for a casual PvP tickle match for 2 hours, right? You do that because you are expanding your game, right? You notice how it was MEE for 2 hours, then it went to 4, then people are stretching it to 8. Now we have GEE that was 4 days, now it's 2 days. Now we have DD that is now 4 days instead of, so we're progressively getting out of the realm of casual play, where that is fine and dandy. I'm okay with that, right? But this game is not being catered and marketed to the casual player like that. Or it is, but it's not being sold. The goods being sold aren't towards the casual player. They are towards the hardcore players that they are trying to pull in from other games to come spend, like Satesi, right? The problem with that, right, is this game is not being built for the hardcore players. And those of y'all that have come from Rock, there's nobody that should disagree with that, right? You've come from hardcore games that it's like KVK for 42 days. Pass openings that are fighting for a week long, nonstop. Pass rallies that lasted for 2 whole days, where when they ended, the battle report bugged out because it was so big. Like, I'm talking that kind of hardcore. So you're going hardcore in bundles and in game assets and in buying, but you're not going hardcore with the content, which is the problem. That is the separation that is occurring right now, in my mind, right? And if you're a Kragan or a whale and you disagree, I'd love to hear your opinion, right? If you came from another game. I don't know very many high spending Kragans that enjoy casual PvP gameplay and then also in focus spending $100,000+ on the game, right? I've never seen them or heard of a response from them saying, I'm happy to only play 2 hours of PvP in a week after spending $15,000 in game. I've never once heard that, right? And so that's one of my biggest gripes right there, right? It feels like they're disconnected from their audience, and they don't know who they're selling to, or if they do know who they're selling to, they're not selling to the right audience right now. It sounds like they're trying to pull players and Kragans from other games without having to do any adjustments to the game. And right now, I can tell you 100%, I couldn't sell this hot turd even if I was paying players from Rock to come and play aoem, right? And it has nothing to do with the graphics or the city skins or the visuals. It is 100% the battle mechanics. I know people hear and think it's just me throwing out verbal vomit, but it's legit getting DMs from people saying, wow, this gameplay looks really boring. Where's the fighting at? And even when they join for the fighting, they find it enjoyable for like 2 minutes and they're like, okay, I'm good, right? Because it doesn't have the massive gameplay that you would get from hardcore players, right? You're getting casual gameplay with hardcore spending, right? But the two aren't marrying up. They're not matching up, right? And if y'all disagree, by all means, let me know. You know, I don't spend as much as y'all, but I'd love to hear y'all's opinions on that. I know, right? The diving event was like really good. I mean, there's still part 2, right? Monkey, I'm not even sure. At this point, I think it's a meme that we're just saying that they're going to start throwing. In 30 minutes, we're going to find out. Some of us predicted that they were going to just start, you know, boop, 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 and then plugging in all the old random events. Just to fulfill the content neglect that happened on the anniversary event. Like, is this event to celebrate themselves or to celebrate the players who essentially pay for the game? Exactly, Zach. I couldn't agree with you more on that, my friend. What I got upset about was I feel like they did 10 times the bundles and 0.01% of the content. Right? The other thing that I would say that upset a lot of CCs, and I'll give you this, is in our CC chat, I don't have an issue dropping names because I deliberately asked. I said, what are the prices of the skins? Right? I asked, hey, what are the prices of the skins? And the response that I received was the white skin, dragon skin, will be the normal 3K. And then I deliberately asked, okay, so is the black skin like 5K or something like that? And the response I got was, it's going to be a bit more expensive. I didn't get a number. I didn't get any confirmation. I didn't get anything. That's when I immediately knew that it was going to be a controversial point. Because there's no reason to not tell people what's going on, right? There's no reason. We could have done like sneak peek videos, like, you know, Sneaky. We would be thirsty for some sneak peek videos, right? Like the new heroes, like showing the little animations. Y'all know every other game does it. Just showing the little animation, showing the skills. Like we could have, done sneak peek videos up to galore leading up to the anniversary event. How much is the skin? All the questions that y'all are asking, we could have done content on. But we don't find out. We found out via Supercore, via our members. We didn't even find out any information via the CMs. We found out via Supercore after y'all did. I'm at like 112 mil and this event makes me be like, nah, I don't even throw any. Hey, I'm not going to tell anybody not to spend money. Because the way that I worded it, and I put this in Discord, right, is for me, gaming is supposed to be fun. If gaming's not fun, then what are we doing, right? As a CC, it's a little different. I'll tell you that, okay? And I'll explain that part here if y'all want me to. But gaming in general, right, if you are going to play a game, right, you should have some fun, right? Whether you're staying for the community, the game itself is just insane. Like there's so many single player games that people will play for decades, right? And there's some games that they'll just pick up, right? Like, you know, League of Legends or WoW or whatever it is, where a new expansion comes out and everyone floods it. Like we all know the ebbs and flows, right? But at the end of the day, gaming should be fun, right? I don't come on gaming or create streams because of drama, right? At the end of the day, I come because I enjoy gaming. I'm an old I'm an old dude who enjoys playing some games. That's it. That's it, right? If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. It's not my full-time job. It's not even it's barely even a part-time job, right? I just do it because I love doing it with y'all. And that's it, right? And so with spending, right? The way that I would say this, right? Gaming should be fun. If you enjoy spending money, then spend your money, right? If you're not gonna sink your own boat and put your family in the gutter, and you have some extra playing money and you want to spend it on gaming and it makes you happy, then you fucking do it, right? You fucking do it, right? I don't care what anybody tells you, right? If you can afford to blow $1 million on the game and you're gonna be, you know, that's my toilet paper bill for the month, so be it, right? I'm not gonna give you shit for anything, right? Now make sure you use my sponsored link for eneba hard plug if you are gonna be topping up that $1 million. But you know, but I'm not gonna judge. Who am I to judge, right? At the end of the day, right? I'm here to have fun with y'all. I don't really care, right? If you spend money, if you're spending $100 or $1 million, to me, you are still Citrix. You are still RPS. You are still Cree. You are still Sneaky. You are still whoever you are to me. Like that, money doesn't change who you are to me. I grew up from having absolute dog shit to where we are right now, and I busted my ass to get us where we are at with my wife, right? My wife's done the same thing. I have no regrets. I don't answer to anybody except my wife, well, my mother used to before she passed, and God, and that's it. Outside of that, everybody, I always say everybody else can kick rocks, right? I love y'all, but at the end of the day, my wife's opinion is the one that matters to me. If she tells me, Bulba, you're being an absolute asshat, then I apologize. I do all that, but she also knows that I'm a little bit of a troll. Like that's just my personality, right? That's who I am, right? But it's all in fun. I never go personal, right? Unless sometimes people bait me into going personal when they go personal, right? And I'm human, right? I'm not going to say I never do it, right? Some people, have gone after my wife and whatever. And trust me, that is my trigger point right there. And so usually if I'm not quick to block them, it'll whatever, right? But just have fun, right? If you enjoy spending money, then spend money, right? I know there's a whole movement going on and doing all that. At the end of the day, fam, I will tell you this, right? Do I support the idea of the movement? I do. Do I support the execution of how it's being done? I think it's a half-cocked plan, right? What do I mean by that? Okay. We had the same situation, right? And I'm giving you all an example. That way people don't take it all out of context and get all butthurt, right? We had the same situation happen in Rise of Kingdoms, okay? We got to that absolute pinnacle of Raid Shadow Legends, right? Everyone was triggered, right? And this is when Crystal Tech was at its peak. Everyone was pissed off. It was there, right? What happened? Was it a bunch of surveys and polls and was it all that? No, none of that. Because what we understood is the only way to get a point across in this style of game, in this genre, isn't by a poll, isn't by a survey, it isn't by, rioting in Discord, which, hey, don't get me wrong, right? I'm in there with y'all. I fucking love y'all. I'm posting gifts and Lou and, like I'm out there. I'm with y'all, right? I'm not saying it's anything, right? I'm there with y'all. But the only thing that is going to affect change are the people that are going to affect that change, right? If you spend $10 in game, you're not affecting change, right? The only way that it made a difference inside of Rise of Kingdoms was that all the Kragans and whales got together, and I legitimately am telling you this, they got together, they got in a DM chat, whatever it was, and they agreed that they were all going to completely boycott spending in game until X, Y, and Z were corrected, fixed, or adjusted in a way that wasn't going to wasn't going to incrementally ruin the game. And they did it, right? It took all of like a week before there was shit up, like updates rolling out, communications, like it went night and day, right? But it took all the Kragans and whales, to get on the same page with one voice saying, we are not going to spend unless you do this, this, and this. It wasn't a poll, it wasn't anything. And then they sent one message with all of their names on the list of who was going to do it. They sent it to the CMs, they passed it along, and then that message was very clearly understood, right? I'm not trying to say what everybody's doing in the community is for nothing, right? But there needs to be the voices that need to be heard are the ones that have to be heard, and then everything else supports that push, right? You can't have a survey be your one bullet in the chamber. That's not gonna move the needle, right? The bullet in the chamber needs to be the Kragans, and then everything else that we're doing has to be filling the chamber, not the one bullet. I hope that makes sense. Like, I'm not trying to, I know a lot of people in chat were taking it as I'm trying to discredit what the work and what people are doing. No, I hope that makes sense in what I'm trying to say, right? I hope that comes off across. And if it doesn't, then please feel free to ask, and I will explain it again if I have to. The people's voice that needs to be heard are the ones that aren't being heard, right? If we're doing all these things and all the Kragans and whales are still mass spending, it doesn't matter what we do, right? Because the thing that needs to affect, the way you are going to affect change is by affecting the bottom line. If you're not going to affect the bottom line, nothing else matters. And that's the reality of it, right? That's the way business works. Sometimes there are businesses that do very well in collecting feedback, understanding the feedback, reacting to the feedback, communicating changes in the feedback. Look at Destiny Rising right now. There is broken, blah, blah, blah. We're putting in suggestions in there, in their feedback, literally within days. They're like, we have received numerous reports of broken this, and this. Here is our progress chart. In progress. 3 days later, this has been resolved. This is our outlook timeline of when this is going to be resolved. Emergency update push maintenance coming in. We have emergency maintenance with times that the game is going to be down. It's a whole marketing plan on how to address bugs, issues, quality of life updates. It's what every really good game does, right? When they're really, really good, then you get like a Fortnite where they have their social media that has its own bug thing that is literally like answering customer service shit inside of X, right? That is when you get, but that's like AAA, big money, like that is that. I don't expect that from aoem. What I do expect is clear communication when you have a marketing team. I don't think that's too much to ask. Let me see, hold on. Hold on, let me see. I'm scrolling up because I realized when I was going on there. I'm going through your comments as they're coming through. Like, put y'all on the committee to help create events and help the decisions for the player base. They clearly lost. Y'all clearly understand that. Yeah, we've asked for that, Zach, to be honest with you. We've asked for that. We've asked for them to put us in a test server for us to test out the updates. Even with y'all, we've wanted to introduce y'all into the test server prior to updates being launched so that actual quality, like QA, could happen and occur and better the game. And like all the suggestions we've been giving that y'all give, we give to them. What they should do is just drop a bunch of free-to-play content and rewards Like what though? Like what would you like to see, Caleb? I'm just asking out of curiosity. What kind of stuff would you like to see? I'd love to hear it. RPS Scorchy, I'm starting to think biggest barrier to open field is deaths. As deaths keep piling up, people can't keep up with troops. So I do agree with you, RPS. So the notion that I said, right, in our chat was the argument's always been made, right? And I will tell you this, what I'm going to say right now and the opinion that I've already given was already rejected by the devs, right? It was passed along to the devs and they already rejected it months ago. Whether they revisit it, maybe, but months ago, Monir came out and said that they said no. This is when the statements about deaths in open field were being brought up, right? This was before they did the hospital. Y'all know when they first came out with the 65% and all that? That was their solution to what we were addressing, right? Was the open field deaths. We told them, we're like, the hospital doesn't make any sense if we're going to have all of our troops die in the open field before filling up our hospital. That is how every other game in this genre works, where you open field fight, you take X amount of percentage of sent to the hospital, and then if you forget to heal your hospital, you start taking deads once it overflows, right? If you join a rally or a garrison, that goes to your deads. That does not go to your hospital. And the answer I got was, that doesn't make sense. We are going to stay with the way it is, and we'll figure out a different alternative solution. And their alternative solution was the 65% hospital capacity. Okay. The issue that we brought in with that is, okay, that's fine and dandy, right? But when I send out a march into the field and Satesi, Spare, whoever, right? Just a big player in general, and I'm just naming those because it's off the top of my head, comes out in the field and just absolutely claps my cheeks, right? I now have 4,000 troops dead for 5 seconds of fighting, right? Those 4,000 troop dead that I now have to retrain will cost me 2 full loads of training. So that is 4 days of speed ups. 4 days of speed ups to retrain all those, right? Unless I just let it ride through, right? But then that's 4 days of it sitting in the queue, right? Just to retrain that 5 second of a little bit of fun, right? Now imagine doing that nonstop in DD and ME and all that kind of shit, where you're losing millions of troops, right? Unless you're a whale or a kraken, you're not keeping up. You're just not. So what happens is what happened in Rock, where you are now throwing good money after bad in order to never progress your account again, right? You're going to lose so many exponential troops that you're now going to have to triple spend in order to get back just to where you were, right? You lost 2 million troops. To retrain that, I'm going to spend, X amount, or I'm going to have to use X amount of speed ups to retrain the 2 million just to get back where I'm at, where I was, and then I'll train more, right, to get back. But you're always going to be losing and going up. Like, you're never, the idea of you constantly growing still while you're still constantly spending money doesn't exist, right? Your return on investment is now going like this. It just depends on how steep it's going down, right? If you're getting zeroed, it's going steep curve. If you're losing, then it's just a slow decline, but it's a constant decline unless you're mass spending. You would have to double, triple your spend every single time to continue to grow your account. I'd rather say more free-to-play events like the diving event, as in the rewards plus the bundles. I can agree with that. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I thought the rewards were good. I thought the gameplay was really boring though. So it's like a catch-22, right? I didn't hate the rewards. I actually loved them, but the event itself I found very, very boring. I heard, let me see. Roth Angelo, I heard you aren't with Sagaram? What do you mean? Because of the meme? It was a meme. Like, I don't like, it was what it was, fam. It was a meme. right? I won't dive too far into it because there's no need to kick a dead horse at this point. My intentions were literally to make a meme, right? I wasn't trying to produce a life story chronicle video with back filler videos and explainer text, and it was literally just a meme. That's it, right? I made a meme about Blaine's when he got zeroed. Like, it was a cat that got their hair trimmed off on a propeller blade. Like, I find making memes fun, right? Everybody has a different sense of humor, right? What you find funny, or not you specifically, I'm just saying what other people find funny, I may not find funny. What I find funny, other people may find funny. And that's just the way of content, right? I may not like this person's content, but I like their content. I may not like their personality, but I like their personality. There is no universal CC. There is no, right? We're all different. We all have different vibes. We all do different things. Like, tell me how many CCs are in their inflatable costumes having a good time. None. I can tell you that off the rip, there are none, right? I'm a different vibe, and that's okay, right? I may not be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. I'm not trying to be everybody's cup of tea. I'm trying to have fun and be entertaining and enjoy my time with y'all. So say we need to rely on Satesi Blaine's Mr. Karate. Yeah. They need to get in a thing, have a unified message of, are we doing this? Yes, no. Yeah, right. If a bunch of them say no, then it's for nothing, right? If they all are like, you know what, for the betterment of the community, we really should do this, right? And they do it and send a unified message with their stuff, I guarantee you that is going to have a far reaching pull than anything else that we can do. But what we are doing would still support, right, that initiative, because that is going to drastically affect their bottom line. There is no dancing around that anymore, right? You are talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars not being spent now. There is no, like, there is no dancing around the subject anymore, right? If not, then so be it. Everyone just spend. We'll go on our merry way and do it, right? When is migration? I have no clue, my friend. Some people keep saying a couple of weeks. I don't really know. Zach, Bulbaritos for president? Would y'all vote me in? Would y'all vote me in? I feel like I would get voted out. I would get impeached. I would get impeached, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like y'all might vote me in just to impeach me, but we would all laugh about it. I feel like it would be a meme. Miniman, money or lack thereof is how you catch their attention. Exactly. That's the only point I was trying to make. Has anyone noticed after releasing the game in Taiwan, they started pulling out bad packs? Taiwan love to spend and they don't care. So I won't dive too far into this because Scorch, you already know, right? Because you already know why, right? The best updates from the CN version aren't even being carried over to the global variation of the game. There are so many amazing updates, so many amazing features, systems, concepts inside of CN that are not even seeing the light of day inside of aoem global. And that is, I'll be honest with you, it's one of the most frustrating parts of being a CC is like seeing behind the curtain and knowing what could be possible, but they're refusing to do it, right? Or we are seeing what's possible and they aren't necessarily in a hurry to do it, right? Most of the updates that y'all have been hurrah hurrah about since launch are already in CN. It's just not being crossed over to global at this point, right? And that's probably the most frustrating, infuriating part of the whole process is that. Bro, I accidentally dropped 350K coins in a VIP, hit the devs, they said, and I quote, "We don't have the technology." What? Yeah, right. Free to play just got water event. Oh God, a water bottle event? But then who would buy all the troop packs to fund their vacation? So Zach, you ready for this? There's actually a troop cap inside of CN. Let that sink in. Just let that marinate. I want that to marinate in y'all's minds. There is actually a troop cap inside of the CN version. Hold on, where are these bundles at? We can look at these. Bro, it's just so much, dude. So much, dude. Oh my goodness. Basically everything we get in the dice event times 2 speed ups, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I kind of suspected they were going to do that. Agreed 1000% with this whole convo on how stupid it is and it takes forever to train. I agree with, I that's the hill I die on, Caleb, is if they don't ever fix the battle mechanics, you're not going to ever be able to appeal to the players of other games. You're just not. And I've made that point known since launch, right? If I had to go and scrub all my comments inside a CC chat to prove it, I would. I have no problem doing that, right? I've said it since launch, they had to fix the battle mechanics. If you're trying to recruit hardcore players from Rise of Kingdoms, from Lords Mobile, from all these, you're going to have to change the battle mechanics. They want hardcore battles. They don't want a casual two-hour fight. Or if they do, they want casual gameplay followed by casual spend. Right? Not hardcore spend with casual gameplay. The anniversary note said, I've trained 6.8 million troops, but now I just checked troop details. I have 2 million. You 100% right. I lost more than I have. Need a cap on the number of troops a player can have, and then troop training be speed up. So, funny enough, you ready as well? Not only do they cap the troops in CN version, you also can't mass spend to push research and tech. You have to slow roll that and do all the events, do tribes, do stuff like that. You can literally burn the resource nodes to starve your opponents. Let that strategy just sneak in. I want y'all to understand the complexity that this starts to introduce that is nowhere near prevalent inside of global. In CN, you can burn resource nodes to starve out your opponents so they cannot farm on the map. CN visually looks a bit different. Maybe it's a PC client, but I feel like castles are smaller and the map is bigger. So it's because the UI and the UX are optimized for it, Scorchy. And that's probably because it's on the PC version and not because it's on BlueStacks. I bet you, actually, I don't even know if the CN can be pulled up on BlueStacks. But usually it's the PC version. Because I can show you on the Rise of Kingdoms PC version, there are sliders where I can decrease and increase the size of the UI on the screen. It's literally a slider that I go, and it goes really small. I can shrink the size of my march so that it's smaller. The dots that show like when my march is going, I can shrink the size of the dots of my march. I can hide my friendly marches so that when you have large, big KVK fights and you can't see your march, you could legitimately hide all your ally marches so that you're not being seen on the field. There are so many optimizations that can be made with big fights in games like this. Castle level in CN is 20, and I think the troop cap is like 150 of each troop type plus castle unit. GGM, from this link, you'll see who is purchasing for anniversary. Which link? GGM. I didn't see a link. Or are you posting it? Just post it in the Discord. Pardon my ignorance. What is the CN version? So, David, the CN version is the Voldemort of Age of Empires Mobile. It's the name that shall not be mentioned. If you're in the official Discord, they do say the name once in the Discord. It's under the FAQ section. And it is the Chinese version that was released before aoem, that aoem is based off of. That is only playable in for Chinese players, right? Outside of you using VPNs and backdoor shits. If you want to know more, just hop in the Discord, bud. Somebody, here, I'll put exclamation point Discord. Hop in the Discord, and there is a, once you add the aoem tag, there is a CN-leaks channel. Just go check out all the updates are going to be in there, brother. Let me see, Discord. I remember you. All right, let me see. Scorchy, my account is growing because once I start losing fights, I don't go out anymore. That's what it's turned into, Scorchy, to be honest with you. I pretty much will send out one march to fight, to do a little fighting, and then I just send my march out in a rally, and that's pretty much it. That's the extent of fighting in aoem for me at this point. There's barely any speed ups and rewards. I don't think I've seen a pack that sells speed ups. Chinese version. So fighting over there, you got to be careful because you can't speed up the healing. Yeah. You're very welcome, David. aoem isn't new. There's a Chinese version called RTW. Something like that, yeah. There's a troop cap, yep. Literally what I've been saying since day one, exactly. Or wouldn't they just put it into the game now? Exactly. Caleb, once you go into the Discord and look in that channel, I promise you, you will come out with your eyes open. And when people come at me and they're like, you're always just mad, it's because I see where the potential is at and where we are at. And we are like, you know, the statement that people make where they're like, this student had so much potential and now they are whatever, I don't know, a low job, right? Right. They were the smartest person in the class, but they are doing this job now, whether they're happy or not, whatever it is. Right. It's not a jab at them. That is what this feels like when you look in that channel. This feels like you see the tunnel, you see the light, and then we're always running backwards. That's what it feels like. This event turned my account into a free play account. CN version sounds way better. Hey, you be the judge of that. You let me know in the Discord. Much appreciated on the definition. You're very welcome, David. You need to be confirmed Chinese to buy. Yeah. Okay, I posted the link in the Discord. I appreciate you, GGM. I'll check it out after the chat, after the stream. No, I think everyone can play it. Just need you just need WeChat account. People keep asking me to open a WeChat account. The poster will only display the rankings and scores of the top 100 players. The score leaderboard revealed daily. So basically, they built the good game for the Chinese market, and it's fueled by a global account. So, David, basically what they did was they took the CN game and ripped out all the great parts of the game and filled all the missing content with bundles. And that's the cleanest definition of what I can give as the explanation of the differences between CN version and global version. That's that, and you know, those of y'all that have played both, you can explain it to me, you know, if that explanation makes sense or not. They took all of the greatest parts of CN and left them all out. I mean, left them all out. And then almost 10x the amount of bundles and pop-ups that come out in game. Let's go reset time. All right. Let me see. Y'all keep bringing in the chat. I appreciate y'all. fam that are coming and hanging out. Do me a huge favor. If y'all are enjoying the stream, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're on the grind at 7,500 subs. And if you are going to be topping up, right? If you aren't, hey, no worries. But if you are, I would greatly appreciate it if y'all use our sponsored eneba link. It supports me, it supports the community. You get a nice little cash back that then you can use to get additional bundles and purchases. Even if you aren't going to be buying an aoem, I can't preface this enough. Check out the link, go into the website. They sell more than aoem. They sell for almost a ton of mobile games. If you are playing Destiny Rising with us as well, I'm excited. They just added in Destiny Rising into eneba as well. So go top up there, add some silver. If you're looking for Microsoft subscriptions, Xbox Live, PlayStation, any subscriptions, they have those cards on there as well. You can use your cash back, all that kind of stuff. Console games, new Borderlands update, all those things you can find on eneba. So if you want to support the channel, support the community, I greatly appreciate it. And thank you again for all the love. All right, let me see. 3,000 for Black Dragon theme. Are you kidding me? Nah, brother. For real. Once you look in that CN Leaks channel, you'll start to get a feeling of some other feeling. If the Black Dragon skin was 9,000 red carnelians, I want you to take a look at those skins inside of that channel and tell me if you think they're going to be 9,000 or you think they're going to be more than 9,000 based on what you see. I'd be interested to see what y'all think. It's not all rainbows and CN. I'm not sure how the packs work over there. Probably once you buy a pack, you get a pop-up for a more expensive version, which is, I'll be honest with you, that's not uncommon, Scorchy, right? I think the mechanics are the biggest thing for me. It's not the packs. But the thing is, I played for 1 month regularly and I've only seen 3-pack pop-ups and they were all $1. Hey, I feel you, brother. I feel you. All right, let me see. All right. Let me see. So we need to do another day. Let's do our dailies real quick. If we have questions about the anniversary event, feel free to ask me. I know we've kind of talked overall about it, but if there are specifics that you want me to address or to talk about, ask away, right? There's nothing really to hide. My general opinion is it's a cool looking skin, but is it worth $3,000? No, right? No. Outside of that skin, everything else is a flail. It's a fail, right? I don't know how you think anniversary event, right, as a team, and then this is what you produce. I don't understand that. This was the easiest. Look at this. This was the easiest football. The easiest football to hold, right? And they fumbled it. All you had to do was 3 simple things. Make a fun event, right? That whether we go play with people, you know, whatever, doesn't matter. Make a couple of free events, right? You had plenty of time. It's not like you didn't have time, right? Make a couple of free fun events or bring back a couple of other events and reskin them, right? Do a Battlefield Survivor. Bring it as a reskin, as a celebration of anniversary. We're bringing back Battlefield Survivor with a new map and some free rewards for the week-long celebration, exclusive for the week, right? You could have easily done that, right? And then last but not least, give us some free shit, man. Like, I don't know why this is so hard to understand. I want to feel like they want to celebrate the community. And I don't understand why paywalling everything behind a paywall is the plan of attack here, right? You could have added in a random free emoji for a new one for us to add in. It's a celebratory one, or I don't know, the cake emoji, or I don't know, have a shitty cake that a hero pops out of as an anniversary emoji. I don't know, right? Something, right? Give us a permanent city skin. I don't care if it's not legendary or mythical. I don't care. Give us something free that looks decent, right? I'm not expecting animated dragons for free. Like, I'm not, right? But there is nothing realistically in this anniversary event that makes me as a community member feel appreciated. I have zero feeling of appreciation in here. And that is why, those are the 3 reasons why I'm saying they fumbled this so hard. It doesn't matter how many random ass events they drop in the next coming days. The football was fumbled so hard. Unless they're going to redo the anniversary event next week with additional whatevers, or they come out and they're like, all right, we heard y'all. We are restarting this event. We added in X, Y, and Z permanent rewards. That's all I'm asking for, right? Do I think that's going to happen? I doubt it. It takes time, energy, assets, resources, effort, right? That's not done overnight, right? I'd like to say yes, just be super positive about it, but it would take them dropping everything and investing all assets, all hands on deck to resolve the issue and address it and provide a solution that would be satisfactory and to the community's eyes to make up for the absolute blunder of an anniversary launch. Let me know if y'all agree. Like, maybe I'm completely off base, but that is what I expected. That is what every competitor in this genre does. They have an anniversary event. You get the typical event things that we got. You get a fun little activity that you can do. You get the two setups where one is free that will come with something cute, like a little emoji. And then the other one has like, a paid version that will have an extra emoji that is a little bit better, right? That it's kind of like, it entices you. It's like $5. It's appreciation, right? They're going to make a little bit of money, but they're not pricing it at $100, right? I'm not saying ours is that, but they're not trying to poke your eyes, right? But they're going to get rewarded monetized wise for providing you with something a little bit better, but you're still getting something, right? I just don't get that feeling, man. I just don't, right? Maybe I'm way off base. I just don't feel like I am, though. Let me see. My in-game name is Diddy Diggler. I keep telling people I'm gonna whip my black. Oh Lord, Zach, you should have seen the messages in 40 server, bro. It was so funny. Oh my God, I almost died of laughter. I wish I could show it on YouTube, but yeah, we get demonetized so fast. You get demonetized so fast. They were too busy making the colorblind option for the water bottle challenge. Oh Lord. Shout out to all the men that are colorblind. Those of y'all that don't know, colorblind is more prevalent in males than females. That diving event gave away too much accelerated time and neglected the purchasing of the packs. I'm not mad about that. It was just donation event. Someone's yacht payment was due. Yeah. We'll find out if it got repoed or not, David. You know what I mean? All right, let me see. What do we need to do to earn some points? I still need to do the shitty water event and then do these points real quick. Let me see. What is it? Speed up consumption. So I need to know. So to address I already know people are going to ask, so I'll address it now. I was kicked from L42, right? Part of the reason was because of the video or the meme or whatever it was. There are other issues, but I'm not going to air out all the dirty laundry. What's done is done. And if you want to know, reach out to whoever you want to reach out to and ask. That's all I can kind of say. All right, let me see. Oh Lord, it's popping up again. It's popping up again, boys. It's popping up again. Yeah, I know there's going to be a lot of questions about that, but I'm not the type of person that's going to directly name people and throw people under buses. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? All right, let me see. What was it? Speed up. Let's see. We'll do, let me do these. I usually save these for, oh shoot, I did the wrong one. Whoops. Oh, I didn't even check how many I have. Oh Lord. All right, give me 1 second. Let me see. Beggy. This. Speed up. 22 days. Okay. I don't want to spend too much just because if I'm going to do any of this kind of stuff, it doesn't really help me. I'm going to be wasting a ton because I don't have the alliance tech and all that kind of stuff on it. So I'll probably just hold off on pushing any of that. Let me see if... So we'll probably just push these and then use my forging. Let me see. All right. Batch. All right. Let me see. That honestly should be enough, but I don't really care. Let's just get rid of all the purple. 9? Jesus Christ. I think they auto dismantle, right? Yeah, they do. All right. And then we'll save all the power updates for, I think it's what, tomorrow? No, 2 days, I think. Save the rest of it. I see. And this. I should save the blue, to be honest with you. Let me see how many more I have. I wish I had. Wish I would just add it to the screen so you know how many. You will be without alliance until migration. I don't know, Scorchy. We'll see. We'll see. It happened like 3 hours ago, so I'm not really like, you know what I mean? It happened like 3 hours ago, so it's one of those things like, I told people I was going to stream at reset, so that's why I'm streaming right now. For the anniversary stuff, because people kept saying that we weren't doing live streams about the anniversary, so I came out here to flame. So you can come to 60 if you want at Chill Server. I appreciate the offer. I appreciate the offer, my homie. Research. Let me see. Shoot me a message, Scorchy. I'll keep it in the nook, and I'll let you know if stuff changes or what's happening. Let me see. Forging 19 days. All right, let's do that. Should be pretty quick. Now that I'm gonna do all the legendary stuff. How many days is this one? 19. So I need 19 of these. So I need to do 3 full rotations. 3 full rotations. Join 5, bro. DGX would love to have you. I appreciate you, Zach. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, y'all send me messages, and you know, if I need to move or whatever, like when I get the bearings together, and kind of get my feet grounded, then you know we can figure stuff out. You know what I mean? Right now, it's like it happened a couple hours ago. I'm not really like. I'm the type of person like I don't want to run before I walk. And that's why I'm saying like I'll keep a list, and we don't even know what the groups are gonna look like. We don't know if I'm gonna be like I don't know anything right now. So there's a lot of stars that need to align for anything, if anything is gonna happen, right? You know what I mean? I'm not spending until I migrate, as my alliance is locked in zone 1 by some Chinese bully alliance. It happens, my friend. It happens. I think the thing that I would say is um kingdoms learn very quickly that being one alliance kingdoms is only beneficial if you're fighting one alliance kingdoms, right? The moment you start fighting bigger kingdoms that have more than one alliance, like the uphill climb is huge. So the necessity for, you know, relationships and that kind of stuff between multiple alliances becomes very crucial, right? If all you're ever going to fight is one alliance versus one alliance, then hey, to each their own, right? But when you have a lot of whales and kragans in an alliance and they have a very high power, you're going to get stuck fighting very high power kingdoms. Right. That's not to say that they never win or whatever it is, but you're always fighting uphill at that point. You know what I mean? There are some phenomenal one alliance kingdoms, right? But when you're going as a one alliance kingdom fighting three alliance kingdoms, it becomes like you're swatting flies on shit. You know what I mean? Like if you're not a big boy and you can't swing and be king dingaling, you're getting slapped. Like it is uphill climb, very, very rough. Scorchy, we were 1.5 alliances when we migrated, but killed the game and half of the people left, so we are back at one alliance full of actives. Hey, that's better than that's better than light actives. You know what I mean, Scorchy? They don't understand this. They want everyone to join them. 5 has 3. Oh, nice. Nice, Zach. NWO, DGX, and RAR. Believe it or not, Zach, 5 actually reached out to me the first migration. There was a couple of kingdoms that reached out to me the first time. That's why I know people always thought it was a meme where they're like, oh, you only got in. Like, fam, I came because somebody I enjoy, you know, as a person asked if I would. And so I did, right? That's the honest truth, right? I'm a man of my word. If I say I'm going to do something and I tell you I'm going to come, I'm going to come. Do not come, right? Cue the meme. I'm going to, right? If he never asked, I had three other kingdoms ask, right, off the rip, and I didn't even reach out. It was just them watching our content, watching my content, and they enjoyed it and just asked if I would come. And that's it, right? I don't have any gripes or anything like that. I'm not here to start drama. I could care less about it, right? Server 29 needs a CC. 155 S3 as well. We do fairly well. Awesome. That's awesome to hear, man. Yeah, I think the wave of the future is understanding that being able to coordinate and share and rotate and keeping people happy is top of mind, right? Especially if you want to be competitive, right? If you want to be competitive, you're going to have to do that. You are going to have to do that. There's no way around it. I think there might come a day, right? And I'll say this. I think there might come a day where one alliance kingdoms could beat multiple alliance kingdoms, but I don't feel like we're there yet, right? What I mean by that, if you've played Rise of Kingdoms, you know that there was an alliance called 60 GT, right? The simplest way I can explain it, if you don't know what I'm talking about, is I want you to imagine Satesi, right? You all know Satesi, right? Now I want you to imagine an entire alliance of players of Satesis. That was the one alliance kingdom. It was nothing but Satesis with bottomless resources, endless troops, insane marches and gear, and just insane. And it was the one kingdom with that. They had more kill points, more merits, right? In AoEM terms. More kill points / merits than almost all kingdoms in there. And this was when there was like 8 kingdom KVKs. All of them combined, they had more with one alliance. It was wild, wild. We're not there yet. We're not there yet, right? Could we be there someday? Maybe. I don't know. You know what I mean? Do I think that would be fun? Hell no. But is it going to be possible at some point? I don't know. I'd love to say no, but probably Zerb or Minty from 5. LOL. Hey, I don't kiss and tell. You know what I'm saying, brother? Well, I guess I'm married now. So I guess I do kiss and tell, but you know. Shh. Citricus broke mommy in disguise. Hey, you know what? We all play the game. You know, the things you do for gasoline for a gallon of gas in 2025 is real. You know what I mean? Could be a thing. All right. I think we should have gotten everything already. Let me make sure real quick. Dun, 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 up invisible. Invisible. All right. We got our thing. I did miss a day though, but it is what it is. Robin Hood. Dun, 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 dun. I thought they were changing Robin Hood to Archer. Where do I remember seeing that, chat? Was I wrong? Am I Delulu? I don't know why, or was that a meme? That might have been a meme, maybe. S5 is S5A. We don't hate. We don't hate, brother. You know what I mean? All right, let me see. I think we're good on this thing. $5 is $5. Hey. Amen, brother. Amen. Amen. All right, let me see. All right, let's do this. We're gonna do all these. Once we do all the dailies real quick, we'll do the water event. Pretty sure I'm gonna suck at it, but we're gonna try it. We'll do it for the memes. I did see that it is a ripoff of another game, so there's always that. There's always that, you know. All right, let me see. Here we go. Lou baited us into what? What did Lou do? Thoughts on auto? So I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you, fam. I'm not unlocking auto, so I would rather not. I kind of don't want to give, like, it's not that I don't want to say anything. It's just I'm not getting it, so I haven't tested it. I'd love to say that I've tested it and, you know, the CC's had a test server and we tested it and this and this and that and this and that. I'm not going to use him, to be honest with you. I'm not going to use him. And it's not to say that he's not good. It's just I have to be very strategic on who I'm spending on and what I'm spending on. And so I'm just not spending on him. I'll unlock him in case, like, down the road, like, they're like, oh, this meta is now here. And if I don't have him unlocked, then I'm cooked, right? So I'm going to unlock him, but I'm not going to, like, actively, like, I would say probably one of the other CCs is probably going to give you better advice on that hero for sure. They don't talk about mini me RPS. Oh Lord. Lou said they might make Robin Hood Archer. Oh, was it Lou? Dang, he baited us again. Lou, the master baiter, bro. Dang. He got us all, man. He baited us all. All right. Let me see. All right, so we have this. Auto is a buff, support march. It's the lowest DPS, pike march. So I know I heard sneaky, and I will say that. Or was it sneaky? I don't remember who it was, to be honest with you. I'm trying to remember because I want to give credit when I was listening, but the only streams I've been on, it was either Sig or Sneaky, and I can't remember for the life of me. I remember hearing the feedback is it's a support. So unless you're a whale, you're not really going to run him, right? Because he is a support, right? You're going to use him to support your other marches. So if you're not running 4 or 5 marches, it doesn't make sense right now. Now, they would be able to correct me if I'm wrong, and you can probably ask them, but that's what I remember hearing from a stream. Auto will be the next. The next what, Citrix? And maybe I'm wrong. Like, brother, I know we have a lot of, I call them eggheads, right? But there's a lot of community members that I will say this. CCs talk about them, right? But they're not the gospel, right? That's why I always say, like, with community members, you take it with a grain of salt, right? They are called hero guides for a reason. They are not gospel. They're guides to guide you and give some feedback and suggestions on what they've experienced and give a suggestion on what you could start with. It is a guide. It is not the end all be all. If you don't use it, you're wrong. Like, it's not that, right? I know a lot of people take it like that, but there's a reason they use guides in the terms, right? There's also, like in other games, right, when they do builds, right, instead of guides. There is no right or wrong, right? It's just a matter of if you want to try different stuff. Does it work, right? Are they doing the testing to prove this? Or are you trying to get a certain objective across the point? Like, there are so many times that I can tell you that people said this guide for this specific march, and then I go and look in the marches of the largest players in aoem, and they're not even using that. All right. They're not using the rings that were suggested in the guide. They're not using a specific hero that's the same to the guide. They're using somebody different, right? The rings, the gems, everything is like meta, playing around. They're testing it. They're trying new stuff out, what works, what doesn't work. And it all varies, right? We don't have, as much as I would love to say we have test servers where we can test the sky is the limit. We don't, right? Most Kragans have bigger and better accounts than what we get on the test server. That's the reality of it, right? It's unfortunate that we don't know as a dev community how to just give us maxed accounts just off the rip. I don't know why that's not a thing. But even when we do get accounts, they're not even maxed, or they're missing a bunch of content, or whatever it is, right? But it is what it is. Guess it's better than nothing. But it doesn't really help with the marketing initiative. Can you imagine how many people would tune into a live stream on a test server if we stated testing out X, Y, and Z heroes? Sneaky would like geek out so hard in the test server, max testing, rolling, just chatting with the community. Let's test this out, this, and just rolling it and engaging with y'all. Testing if shit's broken, like on heroes, if the descriptions are wrong, if skills aren't firing properly, if there's bugs in the whatever, right? And then also at the same token, building out content for the game to build up the hype for Robin Hood is a must-have, right? Like that kind of stuff, and it's a thing, right? That's the way every other game does it. That's how every game on marketing and planet Earth does it, right? Your sneak peeks build hype, which builds engagement, which adds views, which gets more eyeballs ultimately on your game. It's not rocket science. Marketing 101. Right? Make a fun game, they will spend. Make a fun game, they will spend. All right, let me see. This one, that. All right, let's run those. All right, let me see. Henry is an archer when he was supposed to be Cav. Oh, Lord. Oh, okay, hold on, Scorchy. I checked on CN version. All Marshall Pike heroes had like rage recovery and AoE healing. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine that, Scorchy? Did you, Scorchy, I don't remember. Did you play Rock? Do you remember that used to be a thing? Like the healing and healing and healing and healing, like just murder ball fights, bro? You used to have to like cater your equipment and your skills and what march you were sending so that you would optimize for group fights and not for your individual fight. Like that's the kind of like big brain shit that I want, right? That's what I'm shooting for. Just because they want it as a casual game doesn't mean the strategic gameplay goes out of the window. And I don't mean strategic gameplay as in like you use this ring instead of this ring. I mean like that kind of mechanic, right? This hero buffs these 5, right? But also provides an AoE that will help your allies in a group fight, right? It will heal your allies in a group fight. That is optimizing as a whole, not as just your marches. You're not an individual in that point anymore, right? You're a group, a collective. It was Sneaky. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, Zach. Yeah, and that's what I was trying to get across, right? Sneaky and I chat about it every now and then, about some hero stuff, but he's so like in it, right? And that's never been like my enjoyment in the games. Like I know that I know players that really enjoy like theory crafting and stuff like that. And hey, I watch it, right? I watch it, I learn from it. And that way, when somebody asks me like an easy T-ball style question, I can have an answer, right? And then I can always reference them back to if people want more in-depth, then I do it, right? I enjoy the entertainment factor of it. I don't enjoy the deep dive aspect of stuff. To be fair though, I had Marshall Pikes and I just dropped Caesar for him, so it made sense. But if you have, it sounds like you have more than one March, Zach. So you're going to be buff, you know, you're going to be supporting your shit. So it makes sense for you. If you're running one March, like most free to play, maybe they're running 1.5 marches, not yet 2. It doesn't really make sense. It was like that first Pioneer. I remember we just got into season 2, and on Pioneer there was season 3 heroes. They were locked, but they still could see the skills and startup grids. Exactly. I still want to use them though. You know what I mean? I get what their rebuttal is, right? They're like, well, if we do that, right, there's no surprise. Yeah, because it's called drip marketing. There's a whole strategy built around how you do a rollout, right? There are certain features that you are just going to drop and you're just going to be like, all right, mic drop, boom. Greatest packages in aoem history, surprise, right? We didn't really want, like, it was just a thank you, boom, 99-cent pack, get Unreal rewards, call it a day as a thank you, right? And there are other things in games that you want to do drip marketing for, right? You want to slow roll those heroes, right? You have your top creators that get a sneak peek of what the new auto skill animation is going to look like. It is 2 swords, chot, 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 swings, whatever, right? You make a short out of that, call it a day, right? Then 3 days later, they give us the window to post some battle reports. I don't know, some testing. I don't know. To show off some little research, to get people hyped, to answer some questions that people have. You know, is it better than X, Y, and Z? Should I? So that people can plan for it, right? You know what I mean? Are there going to be some where we're going to be like, yeah, I wouldn't advise you getting this one. I would get this one. Yeah. But at the same token, your audience is going to feel more grateful that they have all this knowledge, right? So that they're not wasting their money. And that just goes with Hero as the example, right? There's so many doing drip marketing of new city skins coming out. We do it in Rise of Kingdoms. I gave them the idea way back when, right? Where you've seen it before, where like you have the background and then you silhouette out the skin and then you do social media pushes. You let the CCs, ooh and ah. New super chat. Zach, T-ball question. It is, what's your favorite food? Okay, great question. Great question. Appreciate all the good times. I'll spend my money here instead of on the event. Hey, I greatly appreciate the $5 super chat, Zach. Okay, so my favorite food. Dude, I'm like a foodie at heart, man. That's a tough one because there's so many. Let me see. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like food genre would be barbecue. And if I had to get really, really specific with it, it would be brisket. Like, I think that is one of the most unbeatable things in the world, is having a fantastic smoked brisket sliced up with the good sides and pickles and onions and like, y'all know what I mean. And I'm Mexican, so like our sides are a little different for barbecue than others. Like we do rice and beans and potato salad. I know others in the South do like coleslaw, you know, corn, like stuff like that. We do all those too, but we do beans and rice in Mexican barbecues with an ice cold beer. With an ice cold beer. Whoo, whoo. With an ice cold beer, because there's so much that you can barbecue, man. Like it's the simplest food to do, but it's also the hardest food to do because people don't have enough patience to do it. And that's where the trick comes in. There's so many recipes nowadays where people are like, get your brisket done in 3 hours. Fam, it ain't the same. I promise you. I promise you, deep down in my loins, it is worth the wait. It is worth the wait. Do it in an offset smoker if you have one. If you don't, there's plenty. You can do it in the green eggs. You can do it in whatever, right? I've done it in from the shittiest barbecue grills on the offset to the side and push all the fire to the. If you ever have questions about grilling, I can nerd out for hours on it. Just ask me in food chat or ask me in community chat. I'll answer. The patience is worth it. The smoke ring, it's just so good. It's so good. Birria for you. Okay. Are you talking like birria quesadilla? Are you talking about the tacos? Have you seen that they made birria ramen? They make birria ramen. Now, everybody thinks that they're just going to throw a birria in everything. So what specifically birria? Like they're just the tacos, the normal ones? For me, and there's nothing close if done right. You can tell your Texas homie with the brisket call out, dude. Trust me, I can get so deep into food talk that I probably could stream. I could probably stream longer talking about barbecue than I can about aoem. And I mean by a landslide. Like I can get into like whether you inject or don't inject, like what wood are you using, how high, what temp, where on the pit are you using it, do you wrap, do you foil, like what type of offset smoker are you using? Are you using a grill? Are you using a green egg? Are you using like, bro, it goes so deep. That is my science, right? How Sneaky loves to like dive into heroes, I dive into cooking. I want to know cooking mechanics, techniques, different varieties, pairings of alcohol with food, what goes well with what. Like, if y'all ever see, if I take pictures of our parties, we have themed parties that we host. I do all the cooking, I don't buy it out. Themed parties that we marry up food options with drink options. And I'm talking like, we did a brunch party for my wife and I made 95 mini burger sliders that were customized. So we had 35 that were like a truffle mushroom grilled onion slider. We did one that was like a regular, just traditional burger slider because there are some people that just don't want like the gimmicky. And then we did one that was like an off the cuff slider that had like smashed patty with avocado and ranch and like all these kinds of, it was a ranch bacon slider basically with avocado in it. Then I did all your traditional stuff. We have all like the serving, like the metal, you know, the metal trays that usually have like the candles underneath, or not candles, that you know what I'm talking about, of just eggs, bacon, sausage. Like we're feeding, I think like 65 people. So you can imagine how much I cooked. I had the Blackstone rolling, the grill was rolling. I had all the grills rolling, everything. And I was just like going. And it was wild, man. We had towers. We had avocado toast towers, like, you know, the food towers. So I did, each tower had its own food with avocado toast with salmon, avocado toast with everything, bagel seasoning. Like it had all variations. We had a mimosa bar with all the juice options. They were easily accessible with fruit and like, bro, it got wild, man. We go real deep into that. It's a thing with us. We love it. I smoked brisket in a Weber kettle before and it turned out great. It took 13 hours, but so exactly, Minnie. That's what I say. Patience is key, right? Don't fall for those videos that tell you do it in 3 hours. I'm telling you right now, you'll regret it. It might be edible, but it isn't barbecue. Right? It might be a cooked brisket, but it is not a barbecue brisket. Right? If you don't see a smoke ring, it is not barbecue. There should be a very evident red smoke ring on there. And depending on how long you smoke it and the wood and how deep and like all that kind of stuff, then you'll depend on your smoke ring. Some people don't like super smoky, so then you adjust how you cook it. Some people love, like, they want to vomit smoke. Okay, well then you're going to do certain things to do that. But it's always worth just being patient. Fire the ramen is fire. Is fire. I'm a taco man though. Hey, I love tacos. I love me a good taco. Theory crafting barbecue, dude, Scorchy. I'm telling you, fam. I wish I could show y'all. Hold on, let me see if I can bring it up real quick. I'm telling you, at some point, like, I just ran out. I'm running out of time with the amount of stuff that I have, where it's just like, I wish that I could just like outsource all this, but I just don't have the availability right now to do it. Let me see, phone contents. So I want y'all to see this. Look, hold on. Let me show y'all the screen real quick. All right, look at that. These are all raw content shot for videos for the food channel. That's not including all the shorts. That's not including all that stuff. This is that, right? Bearcat Cafe, Cafe Benet. If you've been to New Orleans, you'll know some of these. We went to bars. That's just some of it. We have pictures. We went to Jazz Fest, did food on the Jazz Fest. That's just New Orleans, right? Let me see. Orlando. We got a couple from Orlando. Others I haven't dragged over. And then we have a ton from Las Vegas that I haven't dragged over either. It's insane. It's insane. I think I have a list, and the list I wrote out, because I had to make a list, I think has like 30 videos on it. Videos as in like shorts or video. It could be shorts. Most likely it will be shorts just because I enjoy making those. But yeah, you get the point. It's wild, the sheer amount of stuff that I have. Theory crafting barbecue is wild, dude. Y'all would be surprised. That gives me an idea. Maybe we'll do it as a reward. Maybe once we get 6,000 subs, I'll do, or we'll make a goal for us. And then maybe I'll do a food stream. I know people will keep asking me to do a food stream on the food channel. I just don't have the setup to do it right now. And that's my problem, right? Where it's like a traveling setup where it's like, I'm in the kitchen, I'm chop, 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 chop. If I'm going to barbecue, I have to take the whole setup to go outside. You know what I mean? So I need the setup to do it with the voice mic and all that kind of stuff. So we can do our first live stream like that, maybe. That'd be 3 hour shoe leather. Yeah. No, it's not bad if you do it the right way. It's not bad if you do it the right way. All right, let me see. Oh, we need to do the water event, don't we? Oof. Where is this tragic thing at? Is it this one? No, it's not this one. I know it's not that one. Where's the event at? It's not that. Celebration sale. It's not this. I could have sworn it was here. Is it in another tab? It might be in another tab, to be honest with you. It's probably under event center, maybe. Comrades return. Oh. Let me see. Was it here? Bro, where was it at? Oh, I have a feeling it's in here, right? Top up Bonanza. Jet to holiday. It's in the anniversary celebration tab. Okay, I appreciate you, Big O. I have a feeling I'm gonna regret not getting the white dragon skin. I'll tell you the honest feeling, right? When I saw the skins, and this brings this up, when I saw the skins, right, I was excited. I like them. I know the dragon. If y'all are on the Discord, you know that they've been there. I'm excited for them. Here's the worry that I have, right? I was expecting the dragon skin to be more, right? I just didn't think it was 3x more, right? I thought it was going to be around 5k carnelians, which to me seems fair, right? You're going from 2% to 5%. It's a slightly over double, right? Which 5k is slightly over double, right? I feel like, oh no, slightly under. I guess you could raise it where it's like slightly over double, price wise, which still is not 9k, right? And I feel like at that point, at least the math makes sense to me, right? It's like the buff is X, the price should be X, right? I don't see it being 3 times the price X, right? And the thing that worries me the most, and this is probably the one thing that people aren't talking about, right, that I feel like they should be talking about, is this. If you are in our Discord and you can see the CN Leaks channel, you already know a lot of the skins that are in there, right? They are extremely animated. They are beautiful, you know, and they're enticing. They're exciting, right? I saw the world turtle one, the Phoenix one. Like, there's so many really cool ones. But now my biggest worry is, because they're so animated, they're so colorful, they're so well designed, they're no longer going to be like, we may have seen our last 3k city skin. That worries me. That worries me, because as a player that isn't mass spending to get a city skin, I would now need to save for like the next 3 years to be able to afford this skin. I've literally been saving for a hot second. I did buy some other things. So this 3.49 is, I think I had like another 2k before this that I just willy-nilly spend. So I would have been around 5, right? I still wouldn't have been able, even if I saved every single carnelian for the entire year, I wouldn't have been able to afford this black dragon skin, right? After a year's worth of saving, right? Now you're telling me that if every other skin moving forward, and they didn't say this, right? This is not official. This is not anything, not official. But in my mind, right, I look at what's currently available, what they're showing now, and what I've seen in CN, and I correlate the animated version of the skins, and they look fairly similar. And so my thought process is the skins will no longer be 3,000. Right? And that worries me. That's by that more than I know the price sticker shock of 9k is eye-opening and worrisome. And I'm not saying that. The biggest worry for me is that if it is at 9k, that every other, there's no way you go from launching 9k to coming back to 3 and staying at 3. I just don't see that. Usually when you ramp up like that, you're ramping up and it stays consistent, right? If anything, it should level off. And then if anything, it's going up, it's not coming down. And that's the part that worries me. I've never really seen aoem adjust on the fly and be like, you know what, y'all are right. It shouldn't have been 9k. We adjusted it to be 5.4. We feel like that's negotiable. If you did buy the skin, we are going to refund you your extra 4,000 whatever carnelians, and the community probably would be happy, right? Does it still suck? Yes, right? Because we couldn't really plan for it, but it's better than getting waxed. That's just my hot take on it, right? That's my hot take on it. It's the anniversary celebration. Let me see. Yeah, Scorch, I was going to do a full set till I saw 1.5 million. Oh, man. It's so many EC, man. So much. I saved all red gems, and I only have 5,400. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh. That's kind of the rough of what I was expecting to. Means you would have to save for 2 years straight to afford this dragon skin, brother. Wild, wild. And I only bought the $10 pre-sale before anniversary, so real number for free to play is 51 red gems. Yeah, that's wild. So that's what I would say about that. That's my biggest worry right now, is that the sticker shock, yes, is there, but my worry is the future. It's not the initial skin. The event as a whole is already cooked, and so I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried about them adjusting for the future at this point, because it requires it. It's almost a necessity at this point, right? There's a way of making money, and then there's a way of coming off super greedy, and it's coming off very greedy. All right, let me see. Theme, Skipperooey. So my biggest worry right now is I'm feeling the pressure to buy the White Dragon City skin, because I have a feeling once the skins go up, I'm not going to be able to afford any of the skins that I want to. I would be okay if they were like 5.5k or something like that. I would save for the turtle. I would save for all those, knowing the price. But at 9k, I would have to save like 2 more years, and that's just not going to happen. Probably, it's not going to happen. All right. Okay, so y'all said it was in the celebration tab. Let me see. Anniversary message. It shouldn't be this one, right? Peter. I love how they just hard plug Peter. It's so good. This should be the dragon event, right? Yep. Imperial Legion. Which one's this one? Oh, it's that thing. Ugh. Oh, it's in this tab, right? Yeah, this one. Okay. Festival Parade. Let's do these just real quick. Collect. All right. Water Sword. All right. Lord. Save me. Click the cake, eh? Did it impress you that I didn't even know where it was that many? I'm kind of proud of that, because I didn't even want to do this, but it is literally the only anniversary event to do, so I guess we're all gonna do it, right? Number of items this level. All right. Bottles hold water of different colors. Tap 1 to pick up. All right. You can pour it at any color. Empty. Bottles with the same color on the top can pour water into another one. Okay. The goal is to sort the water, but each bottle contains only one color. Okay. Use 3 types of items to help. Empty bottle, undo, and reset. Okay. Should be easy enough, right? I had to do it on 3 of my accounts. Unfortunately, it's burned in my brain. Oh, dude. That's too funny, dude. How fast can you do this? Not that fast. Okay. All right. Put the lime in the coconut. Green. Should we do red or green? I guess we do red first. Red. Question mark. I might need to do green on this one. Shoot. Green. Yeah, this, I'll be honest with you, chat. This is the type of game that my wife would be insane at. I'm not the greatest at doing this. She's into all these kinds of deals. She's the one that does like expert Sudokus in her sleep and shit. Oh, bro, I fucked this up. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, I did fuck this up, didn't I? Oh, no, I can do red here. Dang, I'm pretty sure I'm cooked on the next one. What are we on, like level 4? Jesus Christ. 3? Dang, we suck. These brain games. The brain games always get me. Yellow. Oh shoot, I should have just done. Dang it. I say it doesn't matter, I guess. There. You can stop at level 15. It's just trash rewards after that. Okay, okay. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you. I'm pretty sure that's if we make it that far, brother. You know what I mean? Are you, how confident watching me do this, Scorchy? How confident? Oh wait, Minnie, sorry. Minnie, watching me do this, how confident are you that we're gonna make it to 15? On a level, on a rating scale of 1 to 10 right now. I'm feeling pretty slow right now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like thinking everything I'm gonna do is just gonna eat shit. Oh, so confident. Dang, bro. Give me the premium gas. Dude, that's some premium gas right there, brother. That's what I needed in my life right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. I needed that. Oh, let's. Oh, shoot. Whoops. All right. Good there. Gucci there. Yellow. Oh, shoot. We're cooked. Oh, wait. Let's do green, red. I think we need to do. Oh, it might be cooked. Yellow. Maybe not. Hold on. Question. Oh, we might be okay. There you go. There you go. Hey. There you go. We're good. Red. Green. Yellow. There you go. All right, we made it to 6. Jesus Christ. Last 2 levels are stupid. Are they hard? Are they insanely hard? Do you gotta like, is it one of those like Sudokus where you just gotta like throw it in the dark and hope it sticks? All right, blue. Let's do, I think yellow, right? Maybe yellow first. I feel like blue needs to go next. Yellow. That. All right, we're getting a little better at this. Hello. Oh, Hold on, chat. Hang on a second. Hold on. All right, let me see. Sorry. Yeah, if it's like chess puzzle, you have to look 6-7 moves ahead to solve it. Oh Lord, yeah, I won't get that. Loser, what's going on, buddy? We cracking a cold one for Burrito Gang. Hey, there you go. Shout out. All about the money. Very disappointing and disgusting. Nothing very good for free. Beginning of the end. Developers should be ashamed. I can't fight you on that, Joe. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, let me see. Otto Boudica Leo is underrated. Trust. Oh Lord. you're maxing him out, brother. All right, let me see. Hold on. What do we need to do? Blue. Okay, let's do the blue green first. Green. Actually, let's do this. All right, let's get that. Should finish that off. Let's get that, and then this should finish the green. Yellow, blue. All right, let's do this. I should clear this bottle out. Dun, dun, dun. Hold on. Sorry, I'm answering a DM real quick, and I need to figure out what I'm gonna put. La, 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 la. All right, that's fine. Let me guess. All right, let me do this real quick. Bulba, wishing you the best and hope Mini Bulba is doing good. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. All right, let me see. That one's there. All right, greens. Let's do yellow. Green. All right, we should have this one good. This one should be good. Yep, there you go. That. All right, next level. All right, let's see. Where are we at? 8? Oh, Lord, we still need to do, what, to 15? Ugh. Oh, no, there's 4 colors now. Oh, Lord. I guess let's do, hold on. Let's do green. Yellow. I feel like I did. Hey, we did it. We did it. All right. Let's see. That one didn't seem too bad. Oh, God. Ooh. All right. So I see a lot of yellow at the top, so I think we're going to have to go yellow first. Red. Yellow. Green. Shoot. I know I have one down here. Let's do blue. Let's see if we can fill up the blue for the most part. Red. Okay. I think we can fill up the red now. Yellow. Blue. Green. All right. All right, we got it. Woo. That. All right. Woo. I don't know if I'm doing this the hard way or I feel like I'm doing it okay. I'm not like the strongest of puzzle guys. The wife is always the puzzle maker. She's always the mastermind. All right, let me see. Blue, blue. These are mixed. These don't cross. Red crosses. I think blue and yellow are the key. All right, let's do blue and yellow. We're gonna try that first. Blue. Yellow. Green. So we already have blue, so we should do a color that's not those two. So let's do red. But from which one? Oh, we'll do it from this one because I'll free up the can. Green here. And then yellow here. Closes that off. Red over here. So we'll start working our way. We actually should probably work this way. Blue. Yeah, let's do this one. Hold on. Red. Everything else sucks. Let me see. Corey, the only thing worth buying on the celebration sale are the Tech Point bundles and come with research. I know some people were excited about the tech stuff because they were pushing 140. But I know everybody's in kind of a different place, which is kind of different. All right, let me see. I think we need to do green. Yeah, let's do green. Blue. Red. Blue. All right, I think we got it now. Sorry about that. All right, here. Ocean. The only thing we're buying, out of everything they've shown for the anniversary, what is the number one thing that has everyone up in arms? So Corey, I would say there's probably like two massive things. One is the pricing of the skins. Not necessarily the white dragon skin, but the black dragon skin. Most people, I don't think were ready for it to be 9,000. I think they were assuming it would be somewhere in like the 6 range. So it being 3 times the price of a normal skin. And then the more important part was the bundles. A lot of people, their biggest comparison was that the anniversary bundles just were not good, in the sense that it didn't feel like an anniversary bundle because some standard bundles provided better value than the anniversary bundles do. And those bundles came out like weekly reoccurring. Okay, so here, hold on. I need to say something real quick. Because there are... So there's some things being that people are DMing me right now. And hold on, let me pause the music real quick. All right. I gotta say it. That way people understand I'm pausing it. That way you know it's not a casual. All right, so I'm getting DMs about certain things right now, and I want to make it perfectly clear. All right. Perfectly clear. All right, hold on. Let me move the thing real quick. Okay. We'll make this perfectly clear. I'm looking y'all straight in the camera right now so y'all understand what I'm talking about, and talk about something very specific, but I'm not going to dive too deep into details. I'm not going down rabbit holes, but I need to say it because people are sending me, people I appreciate and I trust are messaging me stuff. And they've always been honest with me about stuff, and that's okay. The video, the reel this morning, right? The meme that was a meme, right? It was not, I did not post the meme as intention of it coming off as me jabbing at Sig, right? First and foremost, right? The in my mind, this is how it worked, right? Now, I'm not trying to make it, this is just me talking off the cuff, just telling you how I felt, right? I was making a meme. I had already made memes before. I'm not saying that they're the same, but I made one when Blaine's got zeroed. I made a meme, right? It was a cat with the thing. Yeah, if you've seen it, you've seen it, right? I'm known for doing just meme stuff, right? I find it funny. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but that's my style, right? I try to find humor in things that maybe some people don't find funny, but I think life is shitty enough where you should laugh at whatever, right? Smile, laugh, have fun, love life. And so I make memes as a thing, right? I enjoy doing them. You'll see on the channel, I don't make a lot of shorts that are like normal gaming shorts. They're like meme shorts, right? And so when I made it with the intention of it just being a joke, being funny, right? But what I'm being told right now, right, in DMs, is that some people in the community are taking it as a platform to target Sig and give him shit, right? I don't condone that at all, right? It was not the intention for y'all to use that as your platform and absolutely try to shit on a CC. I was not doing that. That was not my intention. Did I make the video? Yes, I made the video. But if you look at my body of content, I make meme shit all the time, right? It was not meant in a harmful way. I did it as a joke. When somebody requested me to pull it down, I pulled it down, right? Because they said it was getting out of control. That was not even the intention, right? It was just meant as a meme, as a joke. Some people found it funny, other people didn't. That's part of content, right? I'm not trying to make excuses for anything, but not everybody's going to enjoy your content. And so when Sig went on the official Discord and said, like, I posted the link and he said, I just don't find it funny, I took it as it's just not his cup of tea, right? It's not his cup of tea. He didn't, like, that's fine, right? Like some of other CC's content isn't my cup of tea. I don't watch it. I don't find it entertaining or anything. Like, everybody's different, right? So I just took it as he didn't find it funny. I chalked it up as that, and that's why on my comment, literally a couple below, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry I didn't make you laugh, or I put something like that where it was just like, that's how, in my mind, that's how I saw it. He just didn't find it funny, and that's okay, right? what I was not intending, and now that I'm hearing about it, it makes me mad, right? I was not making it in the intention for y'all to use it as a platform to shit on him or to use it as something to create drama for anything. Like, is it naturally going to create some drama? I'm not like, we're keeping it 100, right? Was it going to create a little drama? Yeah. Right. But it's all in fun, right? I'm not doing it in a harmful way where, how do I put it? Where like some people do harmful shorts and memes where it's like direct attacks on you, right? Like your personality, your physical appearance, your wife, your family, like shit that should not be. This was just meant to come off as a meme, as a joke. And I've said that nonstop over and over. And the only communication that I was pinged on, right, was the I just didn't find it funny. He left the Discord and I left it there, right? And then later on, I got some messages from people that said that there was a whole chain of conversation happening in his server, right? And so I went in there and I was like, if you would have just DM'd me, like I would like, I don't know what's going on, right? I don't know what's going on in your life. If you would be like, hey bro, like people are taking it the wrong way, right? They're throwing shit at me. Like, brother, I'm not out here trying to cause issues like that. You know what I mean? Like that's wasn't the intention. Whether people say that or not, that was not my intention. Okay. And so when I got in the chat and started seeing my name being thrown around, but me not getting pinged, I was like, okay, well, it's kind of stroking fires, whether intended or not, right? And then it escalated out of there, which was not the intention, like I said. And I'll say it over and over and over again. It was not meant in a harmful way. And now that I'm being shown and told that it is being used in a harmful way, guys, come on, fuck off. Like legit. This isn't something that I'm making so that you can use it to shit on somebody, right? So don't use it like that way. I don't condone you using it that way. I've removed it after it was requested, and Sig doesn't deserve that, right? He's a good dude. It was meant as a joke, and I'm not condoning, and nor should you be doing it either. Do not be sending him shit his way. You know, it was meant as a meme. And at that point, like, if you want to use it, then yeah, I'll provide context, right? In that sense, right? If I need to redo it and provide context, I'm not gonna remake it because apparently y'all can't like take it way over the top. So just like literally fuck off, right? I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I love you from the bottom of my heart, but I don't make content for you to use it to bash somebody, right? It's not the way I roll. And if you know me and you know me long enough, you know that's not the way I roll. So in that regards, you know, I apologize in that sense. Like that was not the intention. And now that I'm knowing and being told that people are doing it as the intention, it makes me mad. So there's not much more I can say. Like I feel bad in the sense where what I was intending was misconstrued and now being used to target somebody else, which is never my idea of content. I actually despise that kind of shit. That shit drives me nuts. Targeted content to use to attack people. Content's already hard enough, right? I'm not out here trying to fuck over somebody's life or mess up whatever. Like that's not the intention of content, right? I know this shit's hard enough. So guys, you know what I mean? That's all I can kind of say about that. And if you are one of those people that is slinging shit at him, just chill, stop, right? That's all I can say, fam. All right. All right, let me fire this up. All right. Fam, if I told you some of the dark humor my wife said, bro, you would fucking be. I'm pretty sure I might get demonetized for it though. Um, let me see. Dark humor. When I saw it, I honestly didn't give it much thought. I know you meant no shade towards Sig. I think, Minnie, I think the thing is I'm used to being in like a environment where like the CCs will laugh at each other, will make fun of each other. If I say something stupid or eat shit or I get zeroed or whatever it is, right? We're making a meme off of it. I didn't think twice about that kind of shit. I wasn't trying to create a platform for people to build, like, bro, no, hell no. That's so stupid. I watch you both and don't even know what's going on. It's fine, Sky. Essentially what happened is I made a meme. I'm not trying to stroke fires or anything. I made a meme. People took it like, I made it as a joke. People took it way overboard. And now I'm finding out that people are using it to like sling shit at him. And it's making me mad. That's all. Only good thing this anniversary was Hero Reset. I haven't even reset Heroes, fam. All right, let me see if we can do these real quick. What am I doing? Oh, green, yellow. I think we need red. Red. Green. Yellow. Let's clear these greens out. All right, let me see. Red. Should clear that bottle out. All right, that clears that one out. Oh man, we should be good here. I think. Oh. Yes. There you go. Nice. Okay, I think we got it. Nice. All right, we got that one. All right, next. Hold on. Sky, you got that right. I was able to push my Ramses 140. Yeah, I heard that too. A lot of people were pushing the 140s. All right, let me see. Red. Oh, I think yellow. Ooh, yellow? I think yellow and red, maybe. Yellow. Blue. Go. Should get that. That should be done too. Red. All right, so I think we're cooking. Shit. All right, let's see this. Yellow. Green. Ooh, I think. Oh shoot! Crap. Oh wait, no, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Whew. Let's get rid of the blues. Purple. All right, green. And yellow. Jello. All right. Next level. Where are we at? 13? Y'all said we needed to get 15? All right. Ooh. Guess let's go yellow. Dang. Kind of cooked here. Let's try this. Hold on. Move yellow. And I need this yellow. So let's do blue here. Ooh. Can you not do that, I guess? All right. Well, it might be cooked then. Let's see. This. All right, let's clear this yellow out. We need the jar. Done. That's actually we're good there. Let's move this here. Move that there. Move blue here. There. Clear this jar. All right. Woo. Woo. All right. Let me see. Hold on. Hello. I just refreshed YouTube and saw your stream display picture of the coffin meme. Shit was funny when it first came. Dude, this shit is a meme. Shit was a meme at that point. Dude, you should have seen some of the old rock meme thumbnails I used to do, bro. It was so good. I would do like Cartman, like figures, like they had nothing to do with Rise of Kingdoms, but this shit had me rolling. Should have me rolling. Is that why it goes? All right, let's see. Purple, blue, yellow, blue, yellow. I think that's the trap, the blue and the yellow though, because the blue is way down here. Yellow, actually it might be the play to be honest with you. All right, let's do it. Yellow. Yellow. This one. Is red anywhere near? No, it's not. Okay. Oops. Oh, did we get saved? I think this fills it up. I think we got saved. Let's clear this one out. This one should be good. And then let's move. Oh. Actually, no. Hold on. Let's move the easy dub. Let's take the layup. Let's take the layup. Clutch, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. You having a good day? Is it this one? There it is. Nice. That one's done. This. All right, we should have it. That's. I'm good, buddy. I'm good. How's your day going so far, bud? We'll probably do these and then we'll probably call it a stream. I wasn't planning on doing a tremendous amount. We've kind of covered a ton of shit, so you know, I know people were talking about wanting to see what we were looking at, like our opinions on the anniversary and stuff like that. Last level? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make it that far. Probably once I start banging my head on it, we'll call it a day, to be honest with you. Let's go here. Here. Should cover that. There. All right, now you have 2 color jars. That's good. Ooh, but red's so deep in there, bro. The last 5 only have reward 300 coins. This one rewards a gold head. Ah, okay. So we got to try to definitely get this one. Let's do that. Oh shoot. I don't think there's a oh yeah, that's a workaround. That's, and then let's do this one so we can clear out the empty jar. We'll make that one yellow? Question mark. I guess it doesn't honestly matter. It doesn't matter because we'll move the yellow one from here, there. Yellow here, we're good. We're Gucci. All right, got it. Nice. Nailed it. Let's just try it. See how ridiculous it is. Oh, Lord, there's more colors. I feel like the pink is bait. I think we're going blue. Actually, pink might be... Pink might be the play, to be honest with you. Pink. Where am I putting the green? See, that's the issue. To work my way to the green, that's the problem. Oh, here you go. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Dang it, I accidentally clicked it. Shoot. I think I cooked that. Dang it. What was this? I needed... Yeah, this here. Bring the blue. Here, I think. Dang. Oh, I needed that one, bro. That's. Okay, that clears up the bottle. Nice. And then I think I can get rid of all the pink now. All right, pink. All right, yellow. I think we can come close to yellow. All right, we should be good now. Whew. get rid of this dark blue. Can move the red. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Ooh. They had me thinking here, dude, my brain shouldn't be working like this at 9 o'clock at night. This is a lot of brain power. All right. Wait, that was all my undos? Oh, Lord. Or do I get the 3? I guess I get the 3, right? I feel like red and green are going to be the play here. Let me see. Red, green, red. Hold on. Ugh. I needed blue. Oh wait, hold on. Let me do that. That. All right. I had the idea there. There you go. Am I cooked? I don't think these pour in each other, right? Yeah. Might be cooked. Is there no error message, chat? Do y'all know? Is there an error message that says like out of moves? Pretty sure I'm out of moves. I think this is out of moves. Pink. Yellow doesn't go. Blue can't fill. Pretty sure I'm out of moves. No, there isn't? Oh, Lord. Whatever. Let's try it. Let's try the obvious choice in this one, which would be blue. Usually the obvious ones are the ones like when you get deeper in that you get chorizo. Yep, I'm already seeing it. Chorizo. Yep, I already see it. I'm getting locked right now. Once I move this pink, it's cooked. I have the purple. Yeah, red. Red to green to yellow. All right, let's try it. Green. Yellow here. Let's see if we can play a little shuffleboard here. Purple here. Combine the yellows, add the blue, so we clear out the bottle. And then we'll move the purple here. Yellow here. Move the red. Yeah. Yeah. This. That clears out. Red. Green. Red. Green. Got it. Pink. Got him. Nice. Nailed it. I just back out of anniversary tab to reset. I'm asking which mercenaries are best for a swordsman lineup. To be honest with you, fam, I'm a cab main, so I can find out. If you want to ask in Discord. We got a lot of our eggheads in there. Feel free to ask. They'll give you a more detailed breakdown. to be honest with you. I don't want to steer you wrong because I know a lot of it deals with like who you have available, who are you using, what. There's so many variables in it that it's like. Let's try one more. Persians are really good. I think I have the Persians for my Mia March. I don't know if they use it on King Arthur and stuff like that. I think it's a lot of situational stuff. But hey, I could be wrong too. You know what I mean? All right, let me see. Let's do red, pink. All right, that should clear out the pink. So red's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the ass because that red at the bottom sucks. And do blue, green, white, blue, blue, green. Okay, so let's do blue, green. Oh God. No, I'm cooked. Cooked on this one. No yellow, no white, connect. There is a green connect. Can I technically do this? Oh no. Blows. Oh, we did it. We figured it out. All right, now we'll switch the blues out. That clears out the blue. Yellow. All right, we need to clear out a jar, so let's do this. Let's clear this out. We need to clear out the green so we can combine the whites. Green over here. And then we are moving here, and then we have bottles already set up for those. We should be good now. All right, there. All right, there's only 20. We're at 19 now. All right, let me see. Purple should be last. Blue, decent. Yellow, ugh. Pink is hell no. Red, dang, all these are pretty shitty. I think it's just a shoot in the dark. I think on this one. Sneaky tested them against each other, and there was almost no difference between the sword mercs. There you go. There you go. Mini coming in hot. I think green is going to be a trap. I think white. Let's do. Ooh. Is pink the way? Pink might be the way, to be honest with you. Let me see. I think pink is the way. Pink and this dark purple. It won't make sense until the very end, but let's see. Red, yeah. Okay. Move this red. Get white. Move the red again. Yellow. There we go. All right. Now we need this blue because we need the dark blue from this one. Blue, and that should fill. This should fill up the jar. Okay. That's the line. I need an empty jar. That's my problem right now. If I move this, I can move that, but then I get stuck with yellow that I can't move. If I move green, I move this. This doesn't fill up this. Dang. Okay, hold on. Let's. Oh, this isn't gonna fit. It's gonna be short, right? Dang. Spend 300 coins and unlock a jar. Whatever. Let's just do it. At this point, I don't even care. It kind of defeats the purpose, right? Because you're only going to get 300 coins anyway, so I just did it for nothing. I think that's the problem. Blue. I like doing it the hard way, bro. Oh man, am I? Oh no, there you go. I was like, am I cooked again? Right now, hold on. Yeah, there you go. That's yellow, pink. All right, I think we got it. We needed the extra jar. We were cooked. So literally all we spent, we're gonna lose it right here. Let's see. We got a couple of speed ups. Got a couple of speed ups for that one. Dang. Oh, is this the last one? Okay, all right. We can't leave now, right? We got to kind of do this. I'm probably watch me just like absolutely just throw. The completionist in me isn't gonna let me quit. I know it for a fact. I don't know why, but this one is feeling like you're supposed to do the bottom colors first for some weird reason. I don't know why. It's just giving me that vibe. Like the opposite of what I'm thinking is what I'm gonna do. Wait. Blue. Ew, that doesn't work. Blue. I might just open up colors and call it a day. Let's just do green. That's fine. If I need to, then I'll just open up a color and call it. All right. Red. Oh, there you go. Jar done. Pink. All right, let's see if we can get this here. This is right here. Oh, no. Let's do that. Let's clear out this red. Purple first or blue? White. All right, we got it. All right, now I'll fill the white. This. All right, we did it. All that for 300? Jesus Christ. All right, we did it. We did it, fam. Whew. All right, fam. Hey, I appreciate all the love y'all been showing to the channel. Hopefully y'all are enjoying all the content. Do me a huge favor if you haven't already. Drop a thumbs up on the chat, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, share the stream out with a friend. And if you want to continue to support the channel, please use our sponsored eneba link. If you are going to be topping up inside of Age of Empires mobile or in any other mobile game, console game, looking for subscriptions, you also can unlock that cashback offer inside of eneba. So make sure you use the link. It's all in our live chat. It's in the link below. It's also in our Discord if you're looking for it. And so thank you again for all the love and support y'all been showing to the channel. Hopefully y'all had a good time, and thank you all again for showing all the love. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, great rest of your night, and Burrito Gang. We'll see y'all in the next one. Alrighty, Bob out. Bye.